So if it's true that goals make us feel good, goals are the key to, or a key to mental health, to performing better, to connecting better, why do we wait? Why do we wait? We all have stories like this, I'm sure, but it's a very common narrative to hear of someone who almost loses their life, someone who loses someone close to them, someone who gets through a really hard relationship breakup or a professional transition, let's say. And if those people come through to the other side with the right attitude and the ability to take action, they're the ones that go and climb a mountain or write a book or start a company or say, I love you, or learn to play ukulele, or to say, I'm sorry. Why do we wait for that moment? I've got a friend in the US, his name's Tal, T-A-L. He's a flight attendant. And at the age of 32 years old, he was diagnosed with a very late stage cancer and given 6 months to live. And the doctor said, there's nothing we can do for you. You just have to say your goodbyes. 32. So Tal, driving home, decided that he wouldn't just say his goodbyes, he would spend his last 6 months on the planet, the 32-year-old, and prioritize his one goal that he'd always pushed to the side. And for him, it was to go on a global shopping spree. It's all he ever wanted to do, but just never did it. Tal had no money, by the way. So instead of going directly home, he went to 4 different banks and got 4 different credit cards, which he got really quickly, and then he took off on a global shopping spree for the last 6 months of his life. He went everywhere. He went around the world. Paris, Tokyo, Milan, Sydney, everywhere. New York, buying hats and shoes and watches and socks and whatever else. Cummerbunds. In his last 6 months, Tal accumulated a debt of $90,000 US. And do you think he regrets it? No, of course not. And you know the end of the story. Tal survived. Yeah. Healthier than he's ever been. He's in his 60s and is in huge debt. But equally, he's fantastically well dressed at every event. And when I said to him, do you regret that? It was very funny. I said, do you regret that? And without missing a beat, he said, no. The moment I was told my life was in jeopardy was the first moment I actually gave myself permission to live properly. An interesting thought. What is it about these dark moments that offer such a profound opportunity for change? I would argue that adversity gives us perspective. As individuals, as families, as companies, organizations, as humans. COVID, a relationship breakdown, whatever it might be, losing someone, being diagnosed, these are all opportunities to take action. They're reminders that there is a ticking clock, a clock that we don't have control of, on all of us. And although we don't have control of how much time we have left, we are in control of what we do with the time that we have right now. And that's really interesting. I think it poses a lot of macro questions. How do I want to live my one and only life? How do I want to show up? How do I want to connect? What kind of friend, partner do I want to be? How do I want to really apply myself in the workplace? Do you almost have to die to consider this? No. Tal gave himself permission, a split-second decision to think about ourselves. Permission, we can all do that. To take a step back, pause, which we're allowed to do, and just reflect. How did we get to here? We can't change any of this as individuals, as organizations. Can't change any of it, but it's good to know how. What's happened to get us to this point? And now we're here. How are we doing? How are we doing right now? In the seat, are you happy? Are you performing? Are you proud? And a million other simple questions. And if you keep going in this direction, will it take you to a place where you are feeling good, where you get to achieve that goal, the thing that's important to you, in and out of the workplace? And if the answer is yes, that's great, obviously. Go back in, press play, and enjoy that. But if whilst you're pausing and reflecting and now you're realizing, actually, that's not going to get me to the place, that's not going to allow me to do that thing that I'm really jazzed about, well, change has to occur. And that has to occur now. And it's a beautiful thing. An opportunity to reimagine an alternative path forward. Change is inevitable. The best part is we get to create it.